the game itself. There's the whistle.
Well, Peter, here we have one of the greatest defenders of all time, Alessandro Costa Curta.
Yeah, in a sense, understated, isn't he? Certainly shoots! Pinches it off him. Well, the defence proved infallible then, but that won't be the last they'll see of him. That's a little off target. McAllister, Clout, shot, surely! He's keen, determined to have his say.
Paris Saint-Germain really have stepped it up now. They could have been a bit more greedy and forced the issue.
Scholes does really well to win the ball there. And this is Neymar. He's in a great position here. It's loose and there's a race for the ball. Mbappe unable to make it happen for all his good intentions. Oh, that's well spotted. And he's straight offside. Rice. And it's Olmo. Very early stages, Jim, but anything up to now that's of note?
Well, neither side has really grabbed.
Chance! Goal! Manchester United! Manchester United take the lead. A momentary lapse mercilessly exploited. They were absolutely lethal.
The danger was always there, Peter. We all knew they'd be pouncing on any slip or any sort of indecision. They need to sharpen up or it's going to happen again.
This is where they want to be, one small step away from greatness. Win today, and they will be up there amongst the elite. Well, it looks like a big game, sounds like a big game. Everyone involved is absolutely up for it. Well, we're underway. Manchester United with just one principal objective. 90 minutes of action against opponents who will not give way. Now it's Madueke. And there's green grass ahead of him. Arda Güler goes for a shot! Goal!
Listen, the big names earn their reputations for precisely the reason we've just seen. They have a habit of making their presence felt, and here we are, early stages. He struck one, and he looks hungry for more.
Pressure? What pressure? He feels none of it.
Well, he had to deal with an awful lot of unwanted attention, but his tenacity won the day.
Manchester United finding themselves unexpectedly behind. And it's Messi. Whatever he had in mind, that was not it. Messi. Howson producing a good steal there, showing a good level of alertness. Donnarumma. Oh, nicely intercepted. Güler. Kante does really well to win the ball there. Now it's Shevchenko. And it's Messi. Beckenbauer gets over and intercepts. Now it's Mbappe. Throw in. Mbappe. Ball's out once more. That's the keeper's ball. Madueke. Messi. And Madueke. First quarter of an hour gone. Well, that pass isn't the best. Xavi Alonso.
Manchester United really can't go chasing this game too soon. Any rash decisions now could see them lose it.
Forced to go back. Well, here's a man adored by many, even deified by some. Manchester United do seem to have a very clear game plan here, Jim.
Yeah, they're set up to play those long balls from deep, Peter. The front men have certainly been busy making the runs beyond that defence.
Well, it's a tried and tested formula, OK, but very demanding too.
Well, you need your boys up front to work extremely hard, and you need to get the passing right as well, of course.
McAllister, well, played right into his path. Just the keeper in his way. Oh, it's inches away from being a really good ball. And he can thump it away. Madueke, it's a pretty loose pass. Shevchenko. And he's intervened well there. Juve. Now it's Güler.
That's positional gold, the utilisation of space.
He's shifting through the gears here. Costa Curta. Beckenbauer, defending his corner stubbornly, stood up very well to his man. And that was nowhere near his best. Messi. Oh, good ball!
Well, that's good defending. He squeezed the play and he gave him no chance to get on the turn.
Madueke. And that's a throw-in. And this is Shevchenko.
You can never be short of runners into space, as long as the space left behind is filled.
Well, he was clearly disappointed with that pass.
Well, I think the opposition saw that pass coming a mile off, and it wasn't the best decision.
Well, the ball just didn't work out for the run that he made.
Democratic Republic of Congo clearly should have gone for the easier pass. Now they'll have to quickly regroup.
He's picked his way through. He's being urged to shoot. Well, that looks a decent ball. Nice interception, well timed. Alexander-Arnold. Xavi Alonso. Plays it through.
Whatever happens, that's the kind of movement which raises hope.
And the shot! McAllister. Conte. Distributed tidily. Juve. Tries to play it through. And this is Hazard. And he's gone backward here. He's having a pop! And collective relief etched on the faces of the defenders. Serginho. Van Dijk calmly anticipates. Oh, now it's Shevchenko! Loose ball now, and there's a chase on to retrieve it. And that marks a high-octane end to the first half. There's been no shortage of industry or intent thus far. A little inspiration and inventiveness, perhaps the only things lacking.
This is a lost children
Manchester
announcement.
United trailing
Please
by
keep your
the
eye on
tightest
your
of margins at
children during the match
half-time.
at all times.
Well, obviously things are not good, Peter. It seems the team were just a bit too busy playing within themselves, too tentative. They have to improve and make it fast.
Well, that just about sorts out the first 45 minutes, and we'll be back with the second very soon. So we're straight... Oh, he's taken it. Well read, and the danger is averted. Well, he has slightly undercooked that one.
Democratic Republic of Congo clearly didn't help themselves by telegraphing that one. It was always going to be intercepted.
And this is Shevchenko. Goulet. Vardiol. And that is out of play. Messi. He's having a shot! Well taken goal. 2 up now, and they are cruising. Oh, beautifully dispatched. There was no reaching that.
He had the whole picture in his head, Peter. He didn't even look at the goalkeeper.
And he's done it again. He's got his second. Democratic Republic of Congo are sitting pretty, 2-0 up.
You can really sense how important this goal was for them. They needed it, now they have it.
Defending was strong and firm. Engages and forces him off the ball. Messi.
Look, they've had their chance to regroup and rethink. Now they've got to stir a revival.
No foul, says the referee. Manchester United do have a chance to counter here. Not the most accurate pass. Alexander-Arnold. Messi. Some intricate passing. Big chance!
What a cracking save from the keeper. That may turn out to be a pivotal moment.
Mbappe.
Democratic Republic of Congo have really been terrific at snuffing out the threat. Now for something different.
McAllister. Mbappe providing an outlet on that flank. Van Dijk. Goulet, who does have an assist to his name. He's going to be disappointed with that. Mbappe gets into a good position. Goulet threads one in. Hazard picks it up out wide. Oh, that's a very deep... Can he finish?
We'll simply have to tip his hat to the keeper here because that was a magnificent save.
And he's managed to get free. Beckenbauer with the clearance. Mbappe. Now it's Shevchenko. Juve receives it in a good position here.
Substitution for Manchester United.
Messi
15,
is behind this one.
Hazard. Coming on the field.
Messi!
is number
That is
7,
some save from
Neymar.
Kahn!
Substitution in progress.
Oh, smart save. He had plenty to do.
Absolutely terrific, terrific reflexes, goalkeeping at its very best.
Rafinha! Wow, that's a fine save. And now they can spring out of defence. Oh, he's found support out wide. Thinks about the shot. He has found a way through. Well, the defence proved infallible then, but that won't be the last they'll see of him.
Substitution for Manchester United. Number 17.
Messi.
Shevchenko.
Manchester
Coming on to
United
replace him
have,
is
after this,
number
one
6,
further opportunity
Fernando
to make a
Torres.
substitution. And it's Messi. Juve, and he shoots! It's run loose, who's going to get there? Oh, what has happened here? That has ended up in no man's land. Well, he's looking at the referee, but the referee is shaking his head. And he is deftly away. Shot could be on. Always great chance! Goal! Manchester United! And they are dragging it back! Game on again! The movement so precise, the finish sumptuous.
Well, it's an example of counter-attacking at its finest. Real cut and thrust.
Neymar.
And it didn't take him long. Just sitting on the bench and waiting moments ago, already he has scored.
That's just as the manager would have seen it, an impact sub.
Mbappe. Coming on the field is
Manchester United
number
cut their
20,
deficit and look
Messi.
raring to go. Chance! And that was probably asking just too much.
Yeah, typically for him, that was the furthest thing from easy, but it still didn't stop him having a go.
Short changes him with that pass. Now it's Neymar. Aimed beyond the defence.
I thought it was going to happen then. How many more chances can they realistically expect now?
Simons. And Messi! Now, who's going to be
Added
first to
minutes have
this?
been indicated.
Confirmation that there will be 4 minutes stoppage time. Now it's McAllister. Oh, that's fabulous. They want to be quick to recover this. Van Dijk clears it away. Messi. Well, that has not gone well. Out of play for a throw. And that will be it. Well, this was a game they could so easily have won on another day, but alas, that wasn't to be, and they go down by the odd goal. Well, what are your thoughts on today's game then, Jim?
Manchester
And we
United,
come
they
to
just
now
didn't
with a
seem
quick
to
request
have a
for
plan,
support
having been
from our
forced
charity
into
fund,
chase
Shares
mode so
in
early,
Football.
Peter. The players seem to lose their collective heads, and once you do that, it's a challenge to fully recover.
Many thanks to Jim, and with that, it is a very good night to you. Well, the permutations are as simple as they are exciting. One remaining shot and they must hit the bullseye. There's nothing quite like last day drama. Just listen to that noise. This place is definitely up for it. Let's hope we get a contest worthy of the setting. So off we go then. Manchester United need all the support they can get here. To say this is crucial would be to understate massively. Oh, that is asking for trouble. Well, there he is, always scheming, Ludovic Giuly.
Yeah, and he really is a very smart operator, Peter, who provides a link between midfield and...
And Shevchenko! Andrei Shevchenko! The great Ukrainian goal machine!
Well, this is already looking rather ominous for the opposition. When a player of his calibre can open up the scoring with a brilliantly classy finish, it could be a very long match for that defence to prevent it happening again.
That really is quite fabulous, all his own doing.
Well, from the moment he got involved, he looked as if he'd go all the way. Terrific.
Manchester United are already chasing the game. They didn't envisage that. A quick look, thought about cutting inside. Nice and easy for the goalkeeper. Now it's Shevchenko. Oh, well played, well sorted out. That has ended up in no man's land. Scholes. Oh, the movement is slick, the speed is slippery. The defence, though, able to hold on this time. McAllister, looking for options for movement. And he's quick to get rid. And they're back on the ball again. Well, that looks a cracking ball. Hazard, Mbappe. That's the keeper's ball.
If they want to counter, they could do with more speed.
Kokchu. And he's in on goal. Torres! And he scores! Not so fast, not so fast, they say. We want it just as badly. We will make a fight of it. The movement so precise, the finish sumptuous.
Just when they thought they may be in at one end, they end up shipping a goal at the other, and it's all due to wonderful counter-attacking. They hardly had time to even react, and there's only one word to describe that: clinical.
So they have it all to do again.
Well, I'd happily watch this every week, Peter. This is exactly what you want from a big game.
Played into space. Giuly. Shevchenko. Now he's running away. Can he finish? Goal! Strasbourg! And they've got their lead back. And that really is so impressive.
Oh, that's wonderful to see. The run was explosive, the finish exquisite.
So we have a breakthrough. Now how will things develop from here? Whatever he had in mind, that was not it. And it's Scholes. And here's Mbappe. Strasbourg have it back and can go again. Oh, we expected better, and so did he. That's a good foot in there. Scholes. Just about midway through the first half, and it has been an engaging watch. That's been slipped through. He's found a way. It's counts! It's loose now, and they want to get it back. No messing about, just bludgeoned away. Serginho. And a header! Harmlessly behind. Poorly directed kick from the keeper, he's given it away.
There they go, hunting again.
And it's Guardiola. Kukçu is the distributor-in-chief, always looking for movers. Scholes. And here's Torres. Dani Olmo.
Yeah, they were looking for a counter-attack.
Well, that's surely a foul. Free kick. Now, can they get him away? This might spell danger. And he should have made them pay.
Oh, it's very good running, that. You're always going to have chances with that kind of movement.
Strasbourg with their first corner. The first in the game for either side, actually. And now a sudden chance to counter. Now it's Scholes. Oh, played right into his path. Oh, shooting chance! And it's come back out to him. Serginho is looking to influence the game from out wide. No, it's come to nothing. Great vision.
Whatever happens, that's the kind of movement which raises hope.
He has found the way through. And the shot! Goal! Two to the good, and they are purring. Absolutely purring. The lightness of step, the sharpness of movement, the certainty of finish.
I'm not making any apologies, but I was willing him to supply the finish, and he came up trumps.
Well, that has changed the dynamic somewhat.
They've seen the light, and the opposition have been left in the dark.
Van Dijk cuts it out. Conte. Excellent challenge there, uncompromising. That ball looks a good one. He's picked his way through. Oh, great chance! Well, that wasn't too dissimilar to the previous attempt.
Manchester United really have stepped it up now. They could have been a bit more greedy and forced the issue.
Serginho.
There will be
Challenge just a bit on the firm side. Martinez. Just eases him off the ball. Mbappe. Plays a sharp little ball here. Aim forwards. Pass somewhat off target. And we've reached half-time. So that was the first half, and we will be back with the second half shortly.
Just a quick request today for everybody to please kindly remove any cars parked on the road outside the stadium.
Away we go again.
I think it'll be fascinating to see how they're going to change their approach here. They have to go for it and try and pull one back, but they also have to be aware that going 3 down will...
Oh, good effort! Oh, split-second reaction.
Yeah, he was well placed to deal with that.
Serginho. Mbappe, he's through here. Always goal side. Oh, it's a foul. It could be a penalty. Manchester United presented with a golden opportunity here. So we're ready to go. A time for a cool head, and that is precisely what he showed.
I just think the keeper committed himself too early.
Just 1 in it now.
The manager must have given them an earful at half-time, and fair play because it seems to have worked. They've got to kick on from here now.
Hazard showed plenty of zest in getting to the ball, but couldn't quite sort it out. Oh, good-looking ball. And it's Hazard. Oh, well played.
Manchester United are still behind, but they've increased their level of interest here.
Looking to play him in. Beckenbauer cuts out the pass. Fernando Torres looking to shake off some unwanted attention.
Yeah, better communication and lots of contact seems to be the route to quietening him down now.
Good read, needed to be. And he's there to belt it away. That's a risky ball, you've got to say. Passing is crisp and sharp. Quarter of an hour into the second half. Alexander-Arnold does well to get it back. He's in plenty of space here. Well, the counter-attack will come to nothing because that is an errant touch.
It speaks for itself, doesn't it? Best left there.
15, Hazard. Coming on the field is number 7.
Great defending,
Neymar.
strong and determined. Neymar. Neymar was alert to the possibilities, but in the end it's fruitless. Shevchenko, shot a goal! And that's what you call inspired goalkeeping.
Oh, he's really looking like he's on the very top of his game here.
Strasbourg have their second corner now. Khan breathes a sigh of relief as he gets his hands on the ball. Manchester United have the chance to go the other way. That's a sharp pass. Aimed beyond the defence. And here's Shevchenko. Serginho makes the interception. Dani Olmo. Looking to pass their way up the pitch. Shevchenko! No, poor contact, nothing on the shot.
I'm not sure what happened there, Peter. Did he get caught admiring his own first touch, maybe?
Alexander-Arnold.
Unless they can devise a quick counter-attacking plan, they're going to need to see much more of this ball.
And this is Shevchenko. Now the cross.
Substitution for Manchester United.
Corner number 3 coming up.
Fernando Torres. Number 9, Mbappe. Coming on the
And
field,
now they can spring out of defence.
17, Shevchenko.
Oh, it's a nice
Number
idea,
20,
but the
Messi.
execution was lacking.
Real chance!
And that really should have been that.
Cout really thought he'd scored to settle this contest, and he's struggling to believe being denied.
Oh, what a ball!
They may end up with some regret with this tactic, but you have to admire their commitment to goals. It's a decent chance to counter-attack.
Messi is in a really good position out wide. McAllister. Now it's Cout. Serginho. Can he get on the end of this? Shoots! And he's straight offside. Howson. Oh, there's a probing ball. Pass is coming off in quick succession here. Tries to pass it through. Nicely weighted ball. Spread neatly. Well read, and the danger is averted.
This usually is the time teams go into conservation mode.
Shevchenko! And he has his goal! And they are back where they started in this fight for promotion.
Yeah, and you really have to give credit to the way these players have handled themselves. Can they get another? Probably. I really shouldn't be tempting fate, but I'm backing them.
It was a great finish. He put it away with great poise, dead-eye accuracy.
That's expertly finished, and he's done that so often.
4 added minutes has been
So
indicated.
all square with almost no time remaining.
Credit where it's due. This is great attitude. Now the only question is whether there's enough in the tank to grab another.
Confirmation that there will be 4 minutes stoppage time. And no, that was never going to make it. And here's Shevchenko. And he was alert to it.
Well, he got rid because he was under pressure.
And that's that. Magic. What a magical football match. And genuine respect all round. Well, after all of that, Jim, what are you thinking?
Manchester United can always take more positives from a result like this. Yes, there is some tidying up to do, but some real promise too.
And all that remains for me is to thank Jim Beglin. That's it from us tonight. A very good evening to one and all.
About to be towed away.